Yeah, I think I've just been rambling to myself potentially for the last 20 minutes, not realizing that I was live. So I apologize, guys, because I've been talking about a load of stuff, which potentially you might have not heard me. But yeah, just talking about my elements right now, which I've got quite a few. I've got 3 for the arch, which I would prefer to have infantry, but currently only one has okay infantry stats. Force 4 only has 1 infantry stat, which needs to be improved. And then the Unswerving has only cav stats, so that's currently on my Attila right now. And then for my wedge, I've got Defiant on my Nevsky, and then I've got another Defiant on my Guan, and Boiling Blood on my Guan as well. And I believe all these words I can't transmute anymore until I get a crystal, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, for my main Nuche March, I've got the Destructive Legendary Ornament, and then I've got 2 Health Inscriptions and an Attack Inscription, and it's pretty much almost, clean infantry stats. It's just the spiked has that bit of archer attack on it right now. I could use this if I wanted to, but I might as well, get the 3.5% attack. So even if this had 3.5% attack, like, I'm getting it from this inscription anyways. And I think most of my ornament sets right now need a bit of cleaning up. Like, this got the extra siege stat on it, but it does have, so I have an all archer low roll piece for my archers, but I'd rather get the higher stats with the 3.5% health, and then just obviously deal with the siege stat for now until I get something better. Hero, I've not looked at this set in a while. Has some okay inscriptions on it, like health, takes less damage. Got some spare infantry wedge inscriptions that are decent, that I'm just not using right now. Robust, what am I using? Breaker. I think Breaker's potentially as good as Robust, to be honest, especially if you've got some health inscriptions in your other slots. Breaker with that 10% chance to reduce the target's defense by 15% is pretty solid. And then I don't even use Attila, but I've got Unswerving on there. Could potentially upgrade the stats, but I don't really use Attila that much unless I'm rallying cities. Oh yeah, I've got this like pretty strong infantry thing that I could inscribe something onto, but I don't have any inscriptions to actually put onto it. So even though, it's got higher stats on this one than on this one, like the 3.5% extra health is just, it makes it a little bit better. And hello, Alan, Mitchie in the chat. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing on this fine evening or morning? But yeah, for my I'm still saving up for for this. So I'm currently need about 146 recycles for legendary ornaments right now, or potentially a bit less if they're inscribed, and then I can get one of these inscriptions, which I'm currently thinking the wedge inscription for archers, probably, just because again it's 80%. When you reach 80%, the troop deals 8% more skill damage for the next 3 seconds. This will apply to your skill damage on your active skills for your commanders. So when you hit 80% rage, you're going to be let me think. Yeah, so you're going to be at 800 out of 1000 rage, and you can get 210 rage per turn, I think. 210 or 220 rage per turn. So if you can cap your rage on each cycle, then 1 turn, 1 second, you'll be starting to use your active skill on your main commander, and then obviously second downtime, second commander does the active skill. So at least you'll get this 8% more skill damage buff on your primary commander, which for me personally I'm using Zhuge Liang as primary, so that huge amount of skill damage with that buff is going to be really nice in the open field. But also the Arch Ornament is pretty good choice as well. You know, again that 5% skill damage resistance every 20% of units target troop has lost. The builder's troop deals up to 12% normal damage. This will be really good on a rally garrison scenario, where the person launching the rally or garrisoning, this is based on the commander that's captain that rally, which a lot of the time they're going to be losing 20% of units quite quickly, so you can get that 12% extra damage on the rally or garrison quite quickly, and so it's a really nice inscription. I was also considering the circle formation as well, just because I'm running CY with Hera or Dido, and I'm planning to use the circle formation potentially, so to increase that healing. So increasing the skill damage resistance 5% is quite nice. And whenever this troop is healed, it gains 5% bonus to damage dealt for 5 seconds, which is quite a long time, even though it's got 8-second cooldown. So yeah, I'm still thinking on which inscription I'm going to take, and with Lilith announcing that you'll be able to change the legendary inscription on a certain formation to another formation, it's going to be really nice for people that get this and only have like one of these, to be able to like switch it between different ornament sets potentially, but it depends what the cost associated with that is going to be. But yeah, I'm gonna craft the Greatest Glory on stream, because why not for the content, and hope I can get a special talent on it. So let's quick forge. Going to use a lot of my pick chests and some gold, but I need to use my gold up anyways. And wow, got really lucky with that infantry special talent, which is amazing. So I can, and I'll definitely be picking that up as well. Where's my loot tray? Because that's definitely going on my loot tray march right now. Greatest glory, special talented. Can I awaken it? Got 4 crystals right now. Get that 5% base health increase. Yeah, I'm really glad about that. Especially on stream, like, yeah, it must be the stream lock and you guys watching. Do I even have enough materials to do anything else? I don't think I do. Okay, I can craft some minimal stuff, but I think I'm gonna save my rest of my materials right now for awakening my equipment. Still considering whether I'm gonna get a third ring or not, or to start awakening my ring to get some of those extra stats, because the buffs from the accessories are quite strong, especially at the higher levels. I'm at level 6 on my crystal quest. I think I need to do some Lost Canyon. I might do one of these for now. And pick up a few extra materials. For any of you guys that are watching, this is mainly what I'm getting with my Sunset Canyon currency, is the materials, because that's most valuable for me. I think that obviously Eternal Night, Shio's Return are decent, but I think you'd rather have the set boots for infantry over Shio's boots, unless you've got at least 2 infantry marches. Then it's kind of a good option to go for Shio's Return, just because you can get these pieces a lot easier and get it to Awaken 5, which I believe gives you 5 or 10% extra march speed for infantry anyways. Because a lot of people like to run either the 2-piece set for infantry, and then the 2 infantry KVK pieces, and then the Shio's boots and the sacred grips. But I would, if you're gonna run at least 2 infantry marches, try and set up your marches differently, even though like Shio's boots are a little bit worse than the set boots, because of the set bonuses. You could technically go for leadership boots as well, because I believe that gives you health, if I'm not mistaken. The Eternal Night is decent, but I think I've got like 4 Eternal Night blueprints right now, so I don't really need any more of those. Let's fight this guy. Oh yeah, and there's 6 marches in Sunset Canyon now instead of 5, which is a bit annoying because I had to use Ethelfled as my extra march with some poor equipment on it, just because I don't have a 6th march right now. But I still got the win. just about. And yeah, I'm able to keep this S tier position in Sunset Canyon for now, even though I do lose against some players. Expedition, yeah, I've done my expedition. I'll do Champions of Olympia probably off stream, just because I personally don't really like that event. It's just so time consuming, and the matchmaking is just, even though it says balance mode on it, but it's far from balance mode. Yeah, I need to do more Barbarian Forts, I think. Even though it doesn't really matter if I complete all these anyway, just because the rewards are not really that great unless you're a much younger account and you want the extra like epic heads, to be honest. That extra VIP. I'm still like donkey's years away from VIP 17 right now, just because I'm not a massive spender. And even in like the Modern Gem events, I just don't really spend on VIP that much. I'd rather buy the equipment material chests from VIP shop. So I pick up all these blue materials and these epic materials on More Than Gems, and then I'll spend at least 7k gems on More Than Gems for both of the days, depending on how my gems are looking at the time. But generally my I'm losing my voice today. My gem like accumulation's never really that high. Like, you'll be lucky to see me with more than like 30k gems at any one time. Yeah, I'm waiting on these dispatches to finish. I'm hoping I'll get some pick chests when these reset. And then I've got 4 more left for the day. I've done all my dispatches for today and spent about, I want to say 1,000 gems on extra travels. And I usually do that until like I get an extra epic or legendary from the gem travels. I'll usually spin for this, or I get an extra windfall, and it just obviously helps that a little bit quicker for your ornament accumulation. Getting that extra currency as well for the transmutation stones. So let's recycle my epics and blues, get a few extra currency, if it will actually confirm it. Pick up all the transmutation crystals. Yeah, so I've got 7 at the moment, but I'm a bit bottlenecked on what I want to transmute right now, because obviously I want to transmute those rares, but I need the transmutation crystal before I can transmute them. And then on my, on the wedge, I'm due a rare inscription fairly soon. I'm at 46 for the next rare or legendary, and 3 on the wish list. On my arch set, I think I'm on 3 on my wish list as well, and it's reset back up to 143 because I got that unswerving recently. And then on my circle, which I'm also pulling for at times, I'm down to 55, so I'm hoping I'll get a rare circle formation inscription fairly soon. Which one would I ideally want? Maybe Modic. Modic would be pretty decent. I say back in action is strong as well, but obviously I'd rather get Avenger from KVK winning. Skill damage resistance is decent, but if you're getting rallied by the new infantry rally, this is not going to do anything. Because it's not going to do anything against the smite rallies. So let's put, what's my wish on? Let's put my wish for circle on this, and this will also include, I think, the rare version for this slot, I believe. So I like to, on my wish, put it on the legendary inscription that is going to give me the rare inscription that I would like for this formation, just to be safe. Any more rallies right now? Quite a few. Let's join this guy. I want to get those extra resource packs. Spend down my AP a little bit. I think I'm at almost 5k honor for now, which is pretty decent. Our coalition honor, we are 5th, but the other coalition in our camp is 3rd. And we are number 1 for honor as a camp, which is pretty good. Less than a day for the next Chronicle, which I believe is unlocking the Ancient Ruins, which will be nice. Go to troop count for my account. We're currently sitting at about, if this thing would remove, about 2.8 million fighting troops. Actually, probably about 2.7 million fighting troops right now. Lacking a little bit on the infantry side, and got way more archers, even though I only run 1 archer march. But I think it's just because I don't kill off my archers as much as I do the other 2 troop types. But my aim is, before I migrate in a couple of weeks, to probably get down to about 80 million power. And then it would obviously save me a bit on the passports. Even though I'm not too worried about how many passports I use. Like, I've got 61 here. That was like the worst chest I've got with that silver key right there. Yeah, so I've got like 30 million currency, and I can get like a lot more currency by exchanging fled heads and any unwanted equipment as well. Like, I can sell that. Why not sell that? Yeah, extra currency. I never buy anything from the Alliance shop anyway. Like, there's not really anything I need. The only thing that's like okay is a civilization change, but I think I've been personally sitting on this Germany civilization for like 2 years now, and I just like it because of the training speed and the AP recovery. But maybe this might be the KVK where I actually decide to change my civilization, because I've got like 5 of these I've never used. We've got okay amount of training speed ups. I will probably end up using all this in the current power event we have, just to get those extra gold heads. Got some universal speed ups, which are going to be all used for fighting in the next zone if I need it. And my aim in zone 5 is to probably hit at least 3.9 bill KP on this account, maybe 4 bill if I can be online. I think the only problem is I'm going away on Wednesday when the pass opens, so I don't know how much my partner's going to let me buy it in this next zone, but we'll see. Let's do our donations. But yeah, if any of you who don't know where I'm planning to be migrating to next, I should be going to 3515, hopefully. But I'm still waiting for them to sort out their migration. But I have been approached by about 5 or 6 KVK3 kingdoms which wanted to bring me in. A few of the higher A seeds, but I personally don't want to go to a Rising Star Kingdom even in KVK3 personally, just because I don't want to be in an Imperium or an A seed long term, even though it's strong for activity in the earlier game. I know a couple people that in 3500. We used to have a guy called Pika in 3157's leadership, and he went to 3500 for KVK2, and he seems to be enjoying it there. Let me see. Yeah, 3497 contacted me about migration as well, but they are by a big kingdom and they have lost their last 2 KVKs, so I'm not too sure how 3497 are going to do long term. And then I've been mainly looking at these 2 sets of kingdoms here. So this is the higher seed bracket for this grouping in KVK2. As you can see, I've got an account in 15, which is the kingdom I'll hopefully be going to. I did get a message by, I want to say 21, I think, messaged me. 18 as well. 19. Which I consider their offers, because they are the higher kingdoms in this bottom bracket. So I think 15 unfortunately went into the higher KVK bracket in this KVK2. And I think 19 came down, even though they had the higher KP stats. Not 100% sure on that, but that's based on the numbers I saw. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The migration will be between the 10th and 16th of December. As a lot of you know, the migration back to KVK2 and KVK3 kingdoms is going to be closing on the 16th of December. So after the 16th of December, you won't be able to migrate back to KVK2 and 3 kingdoms unless you're within a certain age of those KVK2 and KVK3 kingdoms. If I can find a mail right now, it will tell me the exact details about that migration will change. group matchmaking. It's quite nice they asked you to fill out a survey about matchmaking because they're trying to improve it right now. I don't even know what that's about. Face to face with the developers. I might just talk about this a bit as well on the stream because there's some interesting stuff with the newest update. Why did I have to get a mail when I'm trying to scroll down and see other stuff? It reset my train of thought. I don't know if the mail's actually going to come up. Special immigration. Okay, maybe the mail's too far gone. But yeah, no, it's right here. So, yeah, so KVK 2 kingdoms, KVK 3 kingdoms, and KVK 4 kingdoms, you're going to have to be within certain ages of those kingdoms in order to migrate into those KVKs. And apparently they've changed the quotas as well. So only 20 players within 120 days of KVK 2 kingdoms can migrate into those KVK 2 kingdoms after the 16th of December. And then it'll be the same for KVK 3, but they can be within 180 days, which is for 6 months, with a 20 cross-season immigrant cap. And then for Season of Conquest, there'll be a 240-day limit on your account, and 50 same season immigrants, because even though they talk about KVK4 as being its own thing in this mail, obviously it's the same as like any general Season of Conquest. It's just there's a lot more limitations on KVK4s because of how the matchmaking works, where you can only get matched up with similar age kingdoms, and it has to be a heroic anthem story KVK for KVK4s. But like 240 days older than the kingdom is still a considerable amount of age. So a player that's played like 2 Seasons of Conquest, maybe 3 Seasons of Conquest, could still migrate back to like a new KVK4, which is pretty decent. Face to face with developers, so there's quite a few new things that are going to be coming to the game soon. I know one of the main things people are discussing right now is let me see. The commander swap event that's gonna be coming hopefully in January. Everyone's talking about this part of the face to face on YouTube right now. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, the question was, will the commander swap event mentioned at the offline meetup still happening, and when will it go live? And then obviously they've talked about the ability to do 2 commander swaps at a certain cost, which no one knows what the certain cost is right now. But I would speculate we will find out what this cost is probably before the end of the year, just so players can be a bit prepared for when the event comes out. Because I don't think, especially like when they've said in this mail as well about being a bit more transparent about what's come into the game, I think they will disclose this certain cost fairly soon. And it will probably be like a considerable amount of gems that you'll have to use, and so you need to advise players to save that amount of gems if that's the case. Each swaps allows to choose 2 commanders with some exceptions and swap their levels, skill levels and star levels. So we've seen some images Lilith has shared on their Facebook page, I think this week, which showed a Genghis Khan being swapped for a Hiroka Bing and having their skill levels and star levels, XP levels, etc. swapped. People are speculating that you'll only be able to change a cavalry commander for cavalry commander potentially, but Liv hasn't disclosed that information as of yet. And then some people have like disclosed like there might be different costs attached to like what sort of commander you're exchanging for what sort of commander. For instance, if you're swapping a Gold Key commander or KVK2 released commander or an SOC commander, it could potentially cost you more or less than like swapping like a KVK1 commander or a SOC commander, for instance, which is very possible, but I don't think that will actually be the case in my opinion. Like, obviously the aim for this new swap system is to allow newer players to catch up with the older players, even though older players are going to be getting the swaps as well. But if you're going to make it cost more for the new players to change their commanders than the old players, then, you know, it's not really going to bring balance to the game, which Lilith is desperately trying to do right now. Trying to help the new players catch up with the old players when they hit Season of Conquest, especially when they hit KVK 5. So the playing field is a bit more level, and like people have 2 or 3 marches that they can actually run in KVK 5 and onwards. And that's what they said here. So, and then they plan to launch this event in New Kingdoms around around the end of Season 2. Each character can participate once. In addition to this, we are introducing other events to help acquire Season of Conquest commanders. So, a lot of people don't know what this part is going to entail. My theory is going to be that currently how the merge between KVK 2 and KVK 3 works is that when you finish KVK 2, you're obviously going to have your 3-day window when the timer finish for KVK 2, where you can just sit in Lost Kingdom and farm, which used to be really important when we didn't have these higher level resource nodes, but obviously now we've got higher level resource nodes now. It's probably not as important, even though I would state that it looks like in younger kingdoms they don't have the higher resource nodes and barbs in KVK 2 and 3 kingdoms, so it's probably worth it to stay in Lost Kingdom in KVK 2 after the time is finished, but who knows. So my theory is with the end of Season 2 commander swap, that they will probably give you a way to exchange a KVK 2 commander or Gold Key commander for an SOC commander. And I think they'll potentially start giving you the dailies for SOC commanders and the ability to use SOC commanders, I think, when the timer for KVK 2 has finished. So at the end of season 2 has officially finished, but KVK 2 is still open. I think you'll get SOC commanders, and then you'll probably get this commander swap then, which will allow players to swap their Martells and whatnot for Luce at the end of season 2, and I think that's how they'll work around this, especially when you're not going to get too much cross-season migration happening in Younger Kingdoms now when this goes live. And then I talked about the new Epic Range Commander, which people have been talking about, so people can try out Range Commanders, because people are still a bit hesitant to invest in them at the moment, just because they're a bit limited in how they can be used. You're dependent on there being open field in front of your marches when you're using ranged to help you get your KP goals and your debuffs onto the enemy. So people are hesitant to use ranged for now, so I think it's very good that they're going to bring an Epic Range Commander soon, which don't know how good they're going to be, because Epics generally aren't good after KVK 2, but we shall see. I think this Epic Range Commander probably will be on the same level as like a Bjorn or better, which, could be solid. Could still be used in KVK 3, mind you. And yeah, they're talking about the new map, which we're currently playing in for Heroic Anthem, when it's going to be coming to the whole game. I think they're still testing things at the moment and optimizing the remastered map. So I would assume maybe in January or February we're going to get the remastered map for the whole game, which will be exciting. Ragnar Lothbrok Prime. He's not part of the 10th generation of commanders. He's his own commander for this key story, even though you can use him in any SOC or KVK 3. But obviously you just can't use his artifact outside of King of All Britain story. The new passport automatic restock features can be really nice when it comes into the game, because every player's gonna get their own weekly limit of passports, which doesn't use alliance credits, and you can just spend your individual credits weekly for passports, which I will probably personally do, because I've got that 30 million credits to spend and just stock up on passports each week and not drain the Kingdoms credits. Will be really nice. Something about targeted immigration to new kingdoms, which is not something that really worries me too much. Trying to fix the Imperial Kingdom system in Season of Conquest. That's what the new special immigration point system is designed to fix for Imperial Kingdoms, to allow them to migrate in more players. Revoking vacation permits, because apparently people have been, or leaders have been issuing vacation permits to wrong players, or to players that think they need a break but don't. And then future plans for armaments, which is something that interests me a lot as well. In January 2025, this feature will allow you to spend materials to convert existing armaments into new ones, making it easier and more cost effective to develop new formations without starting from scratch. And then they give an example that you can convert the wedge ornament honors of the Pantheon into the arch ornament, emblem of the North. Once they're converted, the ornament's rare and special inscriptions will be adjusted to match the new formation. So obviously, like, it will change from like a hunter to a destructive if you were to change the inscription you get in KVK to an arch ornament from a wedge ornament, for instance. The higher the rarity and number of inscriptions, the more items you'll need for conversion. The acquired items can be acquired through KVK events and in-game bundles, which does kind of tell me this is going to be a bit of a pay-to-win system potentially, because in-game bundles is usually like a big part of this. But we shall see. Through KVK you might get them. I think it's going to be sort of like the transmutation crystal, where you're going to get like 2 rainbow crystals or something, and it's going to be through KVK achievements, and that's going to allow you to transmute a certain inscription diamond to another one. The only potential problem I am thinking with this particular update is, I think if they're going to allow you to change an ornament with a certain legendary inscription on it, I think they should allow you to change the troop type on that inscribed ornament as well, because even though it does make it a bit easier to get legendary and rare inscriptions for new formations, if I want to build a arranged set with rare and legendary inscriptions on it, I'm going to be exchanging ornaments with like infantry, archer, cav stats on them to a formation where those stats don't do anything, and I'm going to have to transmute those formations potentially 10, 20, 30 times to get the siege stats I need on it. So that's the only problem I see with this new system based on how they've worded it. I think they need to give you the ability to change the troop typing for the stats you have on your ornament, preferably. So if you've got like, even if you've got like 1.5% infantry stats on destructive, and I want to change it to wedge, for instance, like I'm not really going to want infantry stats on a wedge ornament for hunter. I would ideally want archer stats or cav stats because they're more wedge orientated. So I hope people get my drift with that way of thinking, but yeah, I hope they do that, especially if the materials, as they say, are going to be hard to obtain. I'd rather you be able to change the troop type and stats as well as the formation themselves. Let's donate a little bit more stone because I have way too much of it. But yeah, it's probably going to be quite a short stream tonight. I'll probably be going in about 5 minutes because it is like 4 AM in the morning right now. And then I'm hoping I will be able to get online potentially maybe in a few days. Probably more likely I'll do a stream on Tuesday, earlier in the day, on my day off. Trying to think what else. I need to send my farmers out. Use all my boosts, because you should always have your boosts on. Getting your extra resources, and they're so easy to attain. Even my gathering boost, like, I don't think I ever use the 24-hour boost, and I've got like 1300 of them, because I just never use them. I think I need to get more boot blueprints as well from Holy Knight's Treasurer, so I might spin this a bit, because I want to level up my cav boots right now. So I might go to 25 spins, even though it's not the most ideal. I ideally need these blueprints, which the game's only going to give me one, unfortunately. It's got a few extra epic blueprints. Got all these epic equipment pieces as well that I never opened. Gonna be hoping I get a decent amount of gems from those Crusade RCF rebuild things. Got some flux script spent for the next few days. What do I get for the 12k? Get an extra legendary material, 3 extra gold hairs, and a load of extra speed ups and resources, which will be nice. I would have gone for this, but I prefer to get the 7-day ornament supply, because you get 21 epic ornament chests for $5, which is, going to be the equivalent of about 5 legendary. Obviously, you do get a lot more epics out of these than legendary chests, but if you're only getting like one for the Black Friday, I think you can get more than one legendary ornament out of this for the same price. So I'd rather get this. And then 140 green materials from the 7-day supply is really good. This works out as being, I think it's like 2 legendary materials each week, which is really nice. And then I get the daily. It's a mixture of Gardra and Henry for me right now, because I've got Henry at 555-3. So I'm going to try and max Henry at some point. Gardra 5511, try and get as many skill points into him, or heads into him as possible. Anything good in the merchant right now? Some extra speed ups. Let's get all this great stuff. I'm kidding, it's not that great stuff, but it helps me spend down my resources, which I need to do. Alright, let's claim these for the last bit of the stream. Oh, I've got a legendary chest, which is lovely. I'm going to stick with those two for now and hope I get something decent after this for today. And yeah, that's gonna be a cool on the stream. I think I've been recording for about an hour and 20 minutes. But the first 20 minutes or so of this stream, I didn't realise that I wasn't live. So you might see it in the, might potentially see it in the overview for this video. But yeah, I'll probably talk to myself for 20 minutes. As hilarious as that is. And yeah, thank you for anyone that joined the stream. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be trying to make some short form YouTube videos in the coming days. So if anyone has any suggestions for videos or any information they would like to know, then please comment them below or message me in game. If anyone wants to message me in game, this is my player ID and name, and I pretty much always answer messages in game by now. Always been to help new players, give advice. People message me about equipment. Should I make this? Should I make that? So yeah, just feel free to talk to me if you want to. Thank you everyone for joining the stream, and I'll see you next